Welcome to Warrior Class.
Where the teachers whip ass.
And you will too if you pass. I meant to drop the intro in and everything.
Yeah, I forgot.
But we were talking about some, special, some news coming up. And I'll announce it when the news comes. But let me see here. Peace, family. Okay, peace, Rock Hill E.
That's me.
I know that. Peace, Move the Class. Welcome, Move the Class, new member.
Right.
So
give people time to come on in, let folks know.
Yeah, we're gonna give folks time to come in before we hit the news on.
Oh yeah, let me pull up our news. Man, it's in the news, man. It's not a
there's been some craziness in the news this week.
Some foolishness from the police department to folks just tripping.
Yeah.
This is a lot going on out here, man. I hope y'all being safe, taking care of yourself.
Yes.
And remember, after you hit the like, subscribe, and share button, any ideas for shows that you may have that you want to see. We just did a show recently, uses of the cane that came directly from an audience member.
Right.
From the chat. So we appreciate that. We wouldn't... Man, Neil Long got cheated on. Everybody like that's so shocking. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at that right there.
Everybody, so you know too. Yes, Omi Niki's still on the show. She's fashionably late. That's as usual. But she'll be here today.
Yeah. She has like 17 jobs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
and she ain't even Jamaican.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah. So she stayed busy, but she is with us. When you don't see her, she's in spirit. And you probably see a mixed match of a few of us during the
greetings, Eugene Mason. Excuse me.
Peace, Eugene. But you probably see a mix of us during these next few months because we all have different things going on, and we end up coming back together. So you may see Baba gone for a couple. You may see Amaniki gone for a couple. You know what I'm saying? Because we are busy people and trying to do a lot of stuff, and bring a lot of stuff to you guys. Yeah. So requires us to do some work. So
now in the news. Well, let me start with my news first. So this week, the Ice Cold Carter novel will be coming out. So it's going to be a surprise to most people. It's actually most people wouldn't be expecting Ice Cold Carter. It's a murder mystery.
Who did it?
And it's as crazy as you think it's going to be. So
love murder mysteries.
Had fun doing it. And, check it out if you get the chance to.
Peace of Arif Hassan, Liberia. Is that just a comment? Just Liberia by itself?
I guess you know what I'm saying? Liberia.
Okay. Liberia. I feel you. I'm with it too.
So, hey.
Well, if that's where you are watching from, then peace.
Yeah.
Everybody at Liberia. You know what I'm saying? Send me a Liberia t-shirt. I appreciate it.
That'd be dope.
Too.
So,
I've been trying to really get some it don't even matter the country or where's I've been trying to talk to this dude to get some like school, like I don't care if it's a softball shirt. It'd be so cool just to have, everybody. I want an African high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Shirt.
Yeah. Or African college.
Yes.
Hoodie or something, man.
That's what I'm with.
One of the colleges, was it Owolowo University in Nigeria? Used to be called Great Ife. That'd be cool to have one of their jerseys.
Yes.
That'd be dope.
Yes.
Especially a jersey with God, what's the sister on it? Since this episode, by the way, is Fight Like the Warrior King. More Me. They have a huge statue of More Me at Great Ife. So More Me became famous because she helped the Yoruba defeat the Igbo. The Igbo, as the story goes, now my Igbo brothers and sisters, if you disagree with this comes from the Yoruba. Don't at me, because
don't shoot the messenger.
Right. The Igbo had wood armor. And they couldn't, it's brilliant. I think it was a mahogany. It wasn't easy to cut through it, right? Or spear through it. Smart. But Murray said, well, I know how to beat that. And nowadays we may say, well, this just that anybody would have thought of that. Well, anybody thought of it, they would have thought of it. She thought of it. He said, set it on fire.
Yeah, I remember.
It's wood. So they set it on fire, and that's how she became famous and revered. And that's her statues at Old God dog it. I will Lowo. I used for years I said Grady Fay. So at Grady Fay or Lowo University.
Now you said those people are they called? You say they pronounce it
Igbo.
No.
IGBO.
Okay,
Igbo.
I was thinking about Ebo.
No, Ebo is so, and that's Ebo. Some people say Bo, Ebo, Ebo. I'm saying but not like that. Yeah, Ebo. That's sacrifice.
Right.
So Igbo in the Yoruba language means forest. I'm not sure if the Yoruba called the Igbo because most of the names you didn't call yourself that. Other people called you that.
Right.
Other people called the Yoruba.
Right.
Igbo, the Igbo people could possibly been called by the Yorubas like the forest people.
Excuse me, is that Darla C? Good afternoon. Libra season is in full effect now. I'm pardon self, but Libra season is not in full effect right now. It is still Virgo season. Yeah. I don't know. You got something mixed up. I don't know what's going on.
Wait a minute, didn't it change though?
It ain't Libra season yet. Libra season don't start till what's the 20th?
Oh, I think
it's the 24th.
Yeah, I think it started the 22nd. Yeah,
it might be Libra season.
See,
let me look this
she
up.
said, yes, it is.
Okay, all right, it's Libra season. All right, it's Libra season. Y'all snuck on there. Y'all snuck in.
None of it matters until February towards the end, and that's
none of the
Pisces season.
None of it's real until they get to February.
Right, and then not early February. Hell no, it's got to be later on. February 21st is the best day of the year. Period. But Pisces season starts,
I'm only going to co-sign this Libra Pisces thing for two reasons. One, because Amaniki is a Libra, and two is because my daughter Ogunbimi is a Libra, which is not return my phone calls. If you're watching the show, let's upside the head. But
yeah. Oh, don't do that because they already got on Ear Doctor. Ear Doctor say he snatched his daughter down the stairs.
Oh,
he punched his son in the chest. So like, you abuser. He didn't caught it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Dollar C said they forgive you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I apologize to all my Libra people out there, even my daughter. I should know better. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what he was saying. He wasn't saying Liberia. He said he's a Libra.
We appreciate y'all, especially new folks. So Eugene Mason said, I need to read something for pleasure. They keep telling me. Where can I get a copy of this?
The Ice Cold Carter novel, it comes out, you got to wait a couple of days. I'm sending it in tonight. So it should be available on Kindle and hardback. It should be available in 3-4 days. Sometimes you get lucky as 24 hours, but with me, they go over my shit with a fine-tooth comb and see how radical did he get. So it takes me a couple of days. One of my books, in fact, they let it come out on hardback, but they would not let it come out on Kindle. I brought it out during the pandemic. I wrote Surviving the Urban Apocalypse.
Yes, you did.
I asked my students, what book would you like to see me write a sequel of? And one of the students, by King, said Surviving the Urban Apocalypse 2. So I wrote 2, and in it, people caught this disease called the Rona. Varona, the Rona.
Okay, yeah, we see what's happening.
And so they were like, we'll let this come out hardback, but ebooks sell much more.
Right.
But it cannot be an ebook. So I not bought that, but I forget what I basically petitioned that they let it come out on ebook, and they had a meeting with me, and they were going off. I said, well, excuse me, ma'am, there's one more. I said, I didn't know you owned Amazon. I thought it was Bezos. You his wife? It's not funny, and it will not come out on ebook. I said, well, why? We don't have to explain. It will not come out. So I was going to leave Facebook. Kindle, Amazon completely, but I just can't afford to. That's why all my books are.
The biggest platform is like,
right. So just so you know, it'll be out in a few days. Cool. I got the Warrior Bible, African Warriors Bible, yes, and the rest in my cart. Oh snap! We'll go ahead. Take them on out the cart, brother. Yeah. Take them on out that cart, yeah.
Ain't gonna do you no good in that.
All right, Eugene Mason, sure. And anybody who gets the Ice Cold Carter book, when we make the Ice Cold Carter movie, we will have a seat reserved for you. Not free seat, but a seat reserved at the theater.
Right. We can watch. Check it out with us.
Yeah. We'll be there. Q&A, and Now, if you say, "Well, I live in Denmark," it may take us a minute.
We're gonna send you the bootleg copy.
Right. We'll watch it together with you on Zoom or something.
You still get the experience. That's the point.
You're right. Exactly.
I want you to do this with us.
All right. So, any other news?
So we're going to get into a little bit of news. There's been a lot going on. One case I want to bring up. I know. I think it was last week. The week before, we was talking about the cop that was involved in the sting operation. This it happens all the time, but this was child. I think it was just human trafficking, and I talked about that. Well, this one takes place in Chicago.
Just so you all know, the cop, I believe, the Florida police caught him, but he's not from Florida. I can't remember where.
Right.
And he was trafficking children. He was a police officer.
Yeah, and it was elaborate, you know what I'm saying, conspiracy, basically. He wasn't the only police officer.
Yeah, he was a detective too.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to look at that. So let me read this out to you right here. Cops charged after video evidence directly contradicts their report. Like we never seen that before.
You're talking about the
drive-by.
The drive-by?
Yes, sir. So on July 22nd, Chicago police officer shot an innocent unarmed man and lied about it in their report. If you remember, for the 92-year or 94-year-old Catherine Davis in Atlanta, it had similar, which you got all black DA, black judge, everything. Anyway, excuse me. So here's what happened. Sergeant Christopher Lollapalooza, what the hell kind of
Christopher Leakopoulos. Oh, he's a Greek.
Okay, Leakopoulos and Officer Ruben Right. These two Greeks.
He's an Italian. The other one, Ruben Reynoso.
Ruben Reynoso. Okay, two officers. How about that? Claimed that they
two
were
white officers.
Yeah, there you go. Greek, Italian, two white officers.
Right.
They claimed that they were on their way to a training session wearing plain clothes, driving in an unmarked vehicle, and not wearing body cams.
Yeah, so if you're riding, that's key. You're riding to a training session. Put that in your paperwork. Riding to a training session, you don't have to have on a body cam.
Right. That's why they said that.
Right.
So not wearing a body cam. They did have their guns on them though.
Well, that's the media being
right. Being
propagandizing things because of course, right. When you're a police officer, they're considered a police officer 24 hours a day, not just when they got the uniform on.
Right.
And so they are working and they have power 24/7 to arrest, to murder.
On that, this is quick. This is it. Don't have it. Did you know, like a federal agent federal agent come to your door, do you realize whatever you tell them is just like you talking to a judge? A lot of people don't know that. When they talking to a federal agent come to your door, you don't have to talk to them, but keep in mind what you're saying when you do say something. Because you come to the door and be like, we're looking for B-Lay. I ain't B-Lay. Like, I just...
Right.
That's perjury.
That's perjury, right. Exactly.
You lock your ass up for stuff like that. So just be careful. I just want you to know that. Anyway. All right. So they said they didn't have the body cams. Baba just told you why. So this is what happened. They when they drove by 18th Street, they claimed to see men walking by closed businesses. They determined this was worth checking out to see if they could find someone to arrest. They being funny with this guy. They didn't find anyone to arrest for clear crime, but did come upon Miguel Medina and another man. Medina was holding a wine bottle and cell phone with both hands clear. The other man had a small satchel and nothing else in his hand.
No, he didn't have both hands clear.
You got a bottle?
He was using telekinesis.
Yeah, how the hell was he holding the bottle and both hands were clear?
So he had a bottle of wine and cell phone in one hand.
So what he's trying to say is both hands was holding something. So is that what he meant?
No. His other hand was free.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But he didn't he didn't have a weapon.
Right. So they're just...
I'm only using weapon in this one because we carry tools.
There you go.
But he ain't having a weapon.
The other man had a small satchel with nothing in his hands. Satchel, man, it's all questionable. Anyway, there was no reason for the cops to do anything but go on their merry way to their training session. Instead, they carried out a drive-by shooting from the vehicle, hitting Medina in the back and the leg. The other man fled and returned fire. Knowing that they weren't wearing body cameras and not expecting any video evidence to emerge, the officers decided to lie on the report. They claimed that they were shot at and returned fire. After reviewing the video that emerged from a nearby business, State Attorney Kim Fox charged the officers with felonies and stated that the video directly contradicts their reports. What it says, the officers was given a bond of $2,500 each. So that's funny because I didn't read what happened to her. I was about to stop right there before I got to that and just say, look, we know when they get charged. We've seen America's got a track record. You can look at the histories of officers being charged. I don't think it's over a handful out of thousands and thousands of convicted. I think maybe a handful has actually went to jail and done time. You look that up yourself, but the percentage of that we already know. So that's why we have to understand what the definition of justice is. Nobody can give you justice.
When you watch, first of all, where they were at, 1,000, it was 1,000 something, 18th Street.
Yeah.
Okay? I know exactly what they're talking about. That's a quiet, fairly nice area. Blacks and Hispanics over there, right? But when they shot the dude, so I watched the video. They pull up like that. Mm-hmm. So dude's looking, and then one shoots, hits him. The other one, who's the driver, leans over. He's shooting too. The dude in the passenger seat gets out the car. And the guy's on the ground begging, please,
right.
Whatever. I don't know why they didn't just go ahead and finish it. And then he gets in Weaver stance and fires, and then the boy fires back. But you can't see him. He ran off. Right. 17-year-old, who they aren't naming because he's a minor. He shoots back. Now, people say, well, he had a gun. Okay, well, he had a gun. But, goddammit, somebody shooting at you and you got a gun, legal or otherwise, you're going to shoot back if you got some sense.
Hopefully.
Or if you don't have sense, you want to live.
Right.
You say, well, shit. Boom. He shot back. The cop and the boy couldn't shoot because he didn't hit the boy.
At least not under stress and duress like we talk about. Right.
So they ain't got no combat experience. Them cops used to killing motherfuckers just on the street like that. And people say it's like an assassination. Assassinations happens to people that are considered politically dangerous. So I would say it's not assassination unless the boy was carrying a gun because they're part of something. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to say what could. I don't want to criminalize the boys,
right?
But the men, young men. All I want to say is the story is deeper because the 17-year-old carrying around a gun in his satchel,
right,
or on his body, wherever it's at. We don't know. We just know he fired. But I don't blame him for firing.
No, sir. But I will tell you the fire. And stressing to pull your tool and fire it, it takes, you have to done it before. In that situation, you have to train that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
to turn and fire at him. Yes.
When you hear gunshots
before, yes.
So yeah, you've been through.
Although he ain't been through enough because he can't shoot. right. Well, he ain't trained well enough, so he needs some better training.
This is something else, right? Before we get into it, a lot of people don't know about Chicago. Excuse me. It was just revealed that the levels of the tap water is just as toxic as Flint. So they was just performed
toxic with lead. Yes.
Yeah, they just performed for thousands of Chicago residents. They just performed a water test, and they found out that they're adding Chicago to the list of Flint, Benton Harbor, Jackson, Newark, Baltimore, and New York of cities with unsafe water in mostly black areas. None of us should be drinking tap water anymore in the U.S. Period.
Yeah, but not mind you, my mama, my oldest daughter, and my sister, and many cousins and everything live there.
1 in 20 tap water tests performed for thousands of Chicago residents found lead, a neurotoxin, at or above U.S. government limits. So people don't realize how bad lead is as a metal, because you need iron. So you're like, well, lead can't be too bad. No, it's about the same as iron. Lead is very bad, leads to all type of mental issues, especially as you get older. So
I know a little boy who was fine ate some paint with lead in it, and it damaged him.
Yeah, that lead-based paint. We don't. That's one of those things again that we ignore because we hear it's bad for you, but you have no idea exactly how bad it is, and nobody ain't saying it.
I saw it, and it happened quick too. It wasn't like over years. It happened like days. It looked like
it can happen very fast. People don't understand that. You look that up if you think we're joking. The lead-based paint can really turn things bad fast. So
don't let your children eat paint.
Yeah, if you do,
try not to use lead-based paint
when
you paint. But if you live in an older building, don't let your children be eating paint and all that.
Numerous of studies shown that even at low levels, lead can leave an impact on young children that it can be non-reversible in some cases, and adults. Once in the blood, lead can cross the blood-brain barrier and affect the nervous system. That's very important because that's Alzheimer's and stuff. We talk about the nervous system.
It's so toxic. Something filling with lead.
Right.
Dude was at a range. His wife's probably watching. He shot indoor range and hit some poster or whatever. The bullet ricocheted. It didn't lodge in him. It just grazed him. And he was throwing up. He was sick as hell from that because, any metal, it's a toxin.
Right.
In your system, a neurotoxin, right.
Any metal.
So he got dizzy, throwing up, and he was messed up.
Lead in the blood can lead to, like you just said, it affects the nervous system. It's been linked to lower IQ levels, behavior disorders, and it can really lower your ability to perform as far as reading and math. So just think about that. In adults, low levels of lead are associated with kidney problems, increasing blood pressure, can lead to cardiac arrest and stuff like that. It's estimated that 80% of the homes with water connections it's estimated that 80% of the homes with water connections have potential toxins, and this is the scary part of that. They ain't testing everybody, every hood, because if they did, they probably find it in more places than where they finding that. And this is just a push. The reason I wanted to read that is because we should not be drinking tap water no more. Like that's if you grew up in the country like me, or maybe if you just my age, it's not the same water anymore.
And don't make that jive sound cute either. Give me some ice water.
It's the
tap water.
Right. Water. And I'm gonna give you something else. If it's the Dasani or Aquafina, it's tap water. You can read the back. Municipal. You say municipal,
right?
It's tap. That's not good for you. My friend was just called me because in my wellness consultant, he's like, man, I just came out of the emergency room. I keep having these back aches. They telling me I got arthritis in my back. But with the chiropractor, they telling me sciatica. He's like, man, I don't know, man. My lower back, sciatica and arthritis is pretty much the same feeling.
No, feeling, yes.
Right, but they're not the same thing at all. They don't come from the same thing at all. So for one person to say arthritis, another to say sciatica, those are two totally different things. They just going by the pain he feeling.
And you go to a psychologist, they'll say, oh, you just got anxiety.
Right.
Because none of that's holistic.
There you go. So he calls me. He said, man, I know you know a little something. What is it? First thing I said, man, 98% of all lower back pains reported to the emergency room is dehydration. He's like, dehydration? I drink water, man. I said, what type of water do you drink? He said, I only make sure I only get purified. So I know I'm good. My brother, you are not good.
All right.
So we leaving on this because y'all not taught the health all day. Purified water is the same as concentrated fruit juice. Same thing. When they say fortified, that sound good though. Fortified, because you want your house fortified. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's fortified with vitamins, minerals, nutrients. That's bullshit. It had that already. They zapped it, killed it, whatever, with micro radiation, pretty much. That's pasteurized. They pretty much killed everything in it and then try to add it back.
So when it's pasteurized, fortified, you end up surprised.
Right, exactly. You mortified at the end.
Right.
But the whole point is, man, just eat as natural as possible. Spring water, natural water. You don't have to go alkaline and buy $10, 16-ounce bottle of water. You don't have to do that. You can just get regular spring water, that Crystal Geysers, $1. Get that, drink regular spring water. It'll do you much better. You can't, nothing's in purified water. I just had to get that out because we're losing in that department right now. All right.
Or that steam distilled.
Oh yeah, that's now. You want to get fancy now. You can get fancy with it. Go as further as you can go. Distilled is good.
Right. $20 a gallon water.
Hey,
that better be good.
It better do something.
So we always get high pH, water with a high pH, right?
Right.
And then, I won't say which water we get because it is expensive. And just like I'm a coffee and tea snob, my wife is a water snob. So, we be snobbing on the water. And no, we're not rich. Just snobs.
It's bad we ain't rich, you still snobbish.
I know that's
still
bad.
Hold your tea, you still hold your tea.
Right. Oh yeah, no, because I ain't rich. I just hold it with one.
Oh, there's one down here. Yeah, okay.
That's how I drink my water too. Feel like I'm fancy. All right, so no, I do not. Dorothy Roberts, I believe, said the way to put down the people for generations is with lead in more than one way.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with that.
More than one way. Many NYCHA buildings still have lead-based paint on their apartment walls. New York, that's New York Housing Authority, New York City Housing Authority.
Yeah,
still have lead-based paint on their apartment wall. I can believe that.
I got a question for you, Bob. Did we talk last week? Did we talk about the whole king thing with the warrior woman king?
You mean as far as
the word king and all that? I think we spoke on that.
No, I know I spoke on Facebook because people were up in a hullabaloo about it.
Oh, we didn't go see it till after this.
Well, I had already seen it.
Oh, right. He didn't tell me.
Right. So we saw it twice. But as far as the word, number one, the word king doesn't exist in an African language. King. So if you translated Oba, or Mbande, they would translate much deeper than king. So Balogun breaks down into Baba Ni Ogun, or Baba Ni Ogun, yeah. So that is, well, no, not Ogun, that's the Orisha, but Ogun, Baba Ni Ogun, which is war. So it's father of war, right? That my wife has the same chieftaincy title, but she's Iyalogun, which is mother of war. So yeah, we both have general titles of generalship, but I'm Baba Ni Ogun or Balogun, and she's Iyalogun. Now, there is one that is genderless, and that is the Ologun, which is like the leader of war in the interior. So the Balogun, the Yalogun deals with protecting the Oshun shrine and the head of the Oshun shrine. The Balogun goes out and wages war against other mothers or protects the borders. The Ologun protects inside. But see, Olo just means Olo is owner. That doesn't have a gender in it. Okay. I'm just using that so you understand that,
right.
That wouldn't be the word woman king anyway.
Right.
It would just translate into king, whatever that is in Fong Bay. Fong Bay is the language of the Fong, who were the dominant people in the Home,
right,
which is now Benin, right? So people say Queen Nzinga. Wrong. Queen is a European construction.
Right. No one called her queen.
Right. She would have. So if you're so they say, well, what's the wife of the king? She's the wife of the king. That's her title, not queen.
But that's what Europeans saw.
So queen, if she can rule when there's no man around, that's basically what queen is.
Right.
Then she would be a king.
Right. It's by the term of what.
Just other people. So it's just that European can't have a woman equal to man thing, and it's so bad that it's all over the internet. When I post it, I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's always been a woman king. Should have put it in quotation marks so people understand, right? So Nzinga Mbande. Mbande is not her last name. That is her title. Mbande is a ruler. Her brother was Mbande, and she is too. She was too. Okay. That is ruler. She wasn't Queen Nzinga. People talk from what they understand. So I don't trip too much. That's your understanding. But when people are trying to argue points,
that's when you messing
know
up.
what the hell you're talking about first.
Publicly saying that don't make no sense. Ain't no women, ain't no women kings in Africa and all that. Well, by definition of how Europeans use the word, there definitely is.
Hatshepsut.
Thank you.
Was a pharaoh.
I had this
and this one brother said on my thing, that's because wasn't no male pharaoh to be that. Well, damn. That means she's still a pharaoh, dude.
Right.
It is so hard for us, but that's because. No, let me not say that. I was going to say because we got some Rudy Poot ass men out here, and they can't. And it shows in that they feel threatened by a powerful woman.
Yes.
If my wife wasn't a powerful woman, we couldn't be together. I wouldn't. I can't say I wouldn't have respect for her, but we couldn't be together because the way I move and think, and it can't be no old mealy mouth sister with me. And can't be no mealy mouth. And same way, but women don't hesitate to say they got to have a strong man.
Right.
Well, God damn it, I got to have a warrior woman with me. And I take the woman, I got to have a warrior with me. So when people say, she's a warrioress, my students ain't warrioresses. They're warriors, whatever they are. People, when they say, even with actress,
yes, man,
they just actors.
Right, they don't even use that anymore.
They don't use a stewardess.
Right.
And what the other dude's a steward? They just flight attendants. because that just sounded ridiculous anyway. So we get so into that. That's saying now there are male and female roles. I believe in that.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
But when we talk about titles, there's mother and father. Okay. But then there's parent.
That's real.
So let's stop this. And let's stop being so holier than now. First of all, most folk arguing and seeing the movie.
That's the funny thing.
They haven't. They're not historians or nothing like that. Like, stop it. Stop.
And don't get so. This is another thing. When they haven't seen the movie. I saw the people that gave the most criticism. I asked them, they haven't seen it yet. I'm not going to go see it.
Or they say, I'm not going to see it.
That's fine too. Right. I think, man, a white person wrote it. A white person. Okay, stop right there. All right. I feel you. I agree. Now, how many movies in the past have you saw that a white person wrote? Right. That a white person.
See, all that's bullshit.
You only use it when it suits you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not seeing it. One must say, I don't. It glorifies. It glorifies enslavers. Then don't see no movie, goddamn it, because all these movies are glorifying. They're glorifying white folks, most of them, and you're seeing those that glorify white folks are certainly enslavers.
So look.
So you know,
you're right. There is an agenda. And the people in power, they use the energy that already exists and perverts it for their own purposes. So yes, while this energy is here, okay, yeah, now you can put out the woman king, and we got certain people that's gonna be like, oh, see, now that this agenda going on, now you got the woman king in it, but and if you want to make that point, you can, but you also have to take the product for what the product is. So you can say a white woman made it, I ain't messing with it. You have that choice. You know what I'm saying? But do you do that every time a white woman makes something?
But even if they don't, you don't have the right to take from others if they want to see the damn film. You can educate people, but that's not what you're doing. You're arguing with folks.
Right. With stuff like, you don't know.
When I put when I put that up there, I knew it was gonna be a bunch of folks. I don't debate motherfuckers on
Peaceful and eternal Lord Allah.
I don't debate motherfuckers. So if you go on my page and you know you can say what you want to say. If I feel it's harmful for the people, I'm gonna delete it. So if you write a whole dissertation, and if you write a whole dissertation, you write and I don't like you, I'm gonna delete it just to mess with you. Just so you know, that's how I roll. So I know I made your day bad because you put too much stock in this shit that's on the internet. Now we on the internet right now talking, okay? And it's your choice whether you put stock in it or not. Right. But when at least you're gonna see what we do and we'll back what we do. But when it's Muggs just talking behind a keyboard,
right?
Come on, man. Don't take that too seriously. If a Muggs threatened me on here, first of all, when I was young, I was just talking about that. I used to be like, well, come on then, God damn it. Come on. I'm all upset. This fool threatened me. Well, we can box. Look, I've been disappointed so many times. Every time the person threatens me, I'm ready to throw hands. They never show up. This thing is not reality, y'all. This thing ain't reality. There are people that I interact with online, even when you see video. Now the way we interact, this is how we interact. But outside of this show with other folks, certain shit they say, they wouldn't say that to me in my face. They wouldn't. Now, me, I would still laugh at what they're saying, but if they go too far, I would laugh at them. Man, you funny. Tap them in his chest hard as shit. See, will you still? So none of this. Don't take stuff too seriously, man. Don't let your pressure be raised because somebody is saying something. What we're going to show today, people are going to say something. Lately, people been really, critiquing our martial technique. Keep on. that ain't doing nothing. If I don't like it, I'm gonna delete it. If it's funny, I ain't gonna tell you it's funny. I'm just gonna laugh at you, not with you. I'm just gonna laugh at you, right? If you try to be threatening, let me say this because some people talked about coming to the school and showing what they can do. Let me say something to you. If one of my students says, "Well, come on," and I showed you that this technique works. You didn't talk to me because I'm not talking to you about that. If you come to the school, let's break this down. You came, I don't care where you come from, next door, another country. You come to our school to show technique or to disprove technique. You're coming to exact violence. And so I'm going to exact violence in my defense, in my students' defense. And we're in Georgia, and in Georgia, somebody comes into your place of business with violence. You can take their life. Just take that. I ain't saying I'm taking your life. Just take that as it is. That's our laws here. So if you come, now I just told you what the law is, and I really think you coming to take somebody's life because I told you you can take people's life and you come into our business. So I'm thinking you don't want your life taken. You're trying to take ours first. So I have to defend ourselves in that business. Take that for real. Take that what I'm saying. Feel it. Because I feel that to the bottom of my soul. But like I said, I've always been disappointed. They never show up.
Because they doing the one thing that we ain't doing, and that's playing.
They playing. I make games. I make games. When I make the games and show them, I'm playing them. I'm not playing no games outside of that, man.
Peace, Freddie French.
Not playing games with you.
You need to know, man. You need
when I talked about the dude I turned my back on, who was talking about slavery, helped us and all that shit. Luna Butterfly, she's here. Woomy's right here. She was right there in the audience when I did it. I don't play with people, man, because I'm not gonna play with you. I don't want you playing with me.
That's it.
Unless we are sitting down playing a role playing game. Other than that, no. I don't. I'm not always training all the time. Right. Who the hell want to be around? We sitting here, we joking about something, and I throw a punch. You got to be quicker to hit you in the face. I mean,
always
come on,
ready.
Always right. You'll be uncomfortable. Well, the same thing. If you play with your friends and shit, don't play all the time. Don't play with us. We're not playing. Now that needs to be said. Now we can get to
there you go.
We can get to showing our technique, but that needs to be said, but all love for y'all. I wonder what Baba thinks about legality of Shaka situation.
What's that?
Okay, I'm trying to get into the show. So I manifesto has about Shaka Zulu, so Shaka Zulu is the manager of Ludacris.
Oh, that okay, yeah. Okay.
So and I said we're gonna have to speak on this.
I forgot about that. I'm glad you brought it up.
So, and Kalanji was part of a press conference they just did.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. So, in the altercation, you see, now, Shaka Zulu's lawyer said the guy chest bumped Shaka Zulu first, right? Okay. But what happened was these guys came in, they wanted to get into the club. I mean, not club, but Shaka Zulu throws these things every Sunday at this in Buckhead at this restaurant that's, I guess, part of an apartment or something. I don't know. But they didn't let the guys in. They went on the list. Guys out at the parking lot still. So Shaka Zulu goes to meet some celebrity guest, brings him in, VIP guest, to bring him in.
Okay. They
talk out there for a while, and then he's getting ready to go in, and one of the dudes confronts him. When the dude confronts him, they had exchanged words or whatever. I guess the dude is upset he couldn't get in, felt Shaka Zulu was behind it, whatever. So they having words, and then the dude chest bumps Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu grabs him, and this is why I've seen the video at this part. He grabs him, slams the dude against the car. And then somebody hits Shaka Zulu, boom, knocks him to the ground, and then it's about 5-6 people at least stomping, kicking, punching him. They messing him up. He gets up, and I guess he's trying to get back to the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Mud's come at him. He fires, hits the dude. Dude dies. So,
and he got charged with murder, didn't he?
He got charged for murder, but he was attacked. I saw the video. He was brutally attacked by these dudes. I'm like, well, I'd be in the same boat. Because I'd have tore him off. But first of all of them I'd have been tearing off from the ground.
Right.
Like, why are they falling down leaking? Because I'm stabbing the femoral arteries from the ground. And then I'm getting up shooting if somebody's coming in. So I understand.
Right.
He had to protect his life. And once again, that's in Georgia. It's in Atlanta, right? So in Atlanta, we don't call it stand your ground, but it is the same thing. You have the right. If somebody's in your driveway and you feel threatened, you can tear their ass off. Just so you know. Atlanta's a different beast with Georgia, period. It's a different beast. There's places in Georgia where you can't live in that city unless you own a firearm.
And that's why you should be very careful when you don't know the people that you're talking to, and you're talking about you coming to their class and you done been all around the world.
Right.
Nobody
don't care about bugs down. We don't care about the other world. You come in now, you in our world.
This ain't no sport. We ain't coming ain't no referees and shit like that, man.
Right.
We ain't getting no tournaments and shit, man. That's not what this is. You need to understand that.
Right.
So
that is Shaka Zulu. Luna Butterfly said he was attacked. Yes. And Shaka Zulu had to protect himself. He had the right to defend himself. Yes, he had the right, and he defended himself well. He was shot, though. He was shot in the back. And they ain't charged the people who shot him. I mean, it's some weird, but see, his family, his father's Bilal Sunni Ali, right?
Okay.
And he was shot. He just got out the hospital not long ago, right? Thank God he didn't die. But they say his sister said when she touched him, he was cold. He was definitely cold.
Dang. That's scary.
Luckily he came out of it, so
the other guy just got killed.
The other guy died. I mean, I know the family's sad, but hey,
peace for the J Blaze.
If I would pray not to have a family member do anything like that, but if they did and they died, somebody defended themselves and killed them. I mean, Elmo Shrug. If y'all don't know Elmo Shrug, look up Elmo Shrug and you know what I'm saying. That's just, I mean, hell, certain things you don't just be out here doing, man.
Right. And on that level too, man.
And if I'm walking down the street with my wife and somebody, now I'll tell you, and this is a true thing, in that same area where they shot the cops shot the young Hispanic brother.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my wife, my ex-wife, were walking down the street with our baby at the time. Okay, and two of them, we had a double stroller. Two of them and dudes come out. We're walking past mansions. Okay, keep that in your mind. We're walking past mansions. These people have money where we're walking.
Mm-hmm.
Two young men sitting on a porch in one of those mansions come and say, "Oh, y'all know what time it is. Give up your money." My ex-wife started laughing. She knows me. She started laughing. She said, "You all should go back to your porch." They said, "What? What? You better not say nothing else." And that was their mistake. You talking to them, why shouldn't you say something else? What you gonna do? Right? And so I said, so if she says something again, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? She said, "What?" I said, "What are you gonna do?" Pull out my pistol right there on the, hey. I said, "Oh no, if you run back to your porch, I'm killing you both." Now, Chicago, you just can't just have your gun out like that. But I didn't give a damn. Yeah, it's Chicago. So I said, "I'm killing you both." I didn't give a damn at that point because now what are you saying you're gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh, please don't. Both of them probably about 19, 20. I said, look, y'all mess with the wrong people this time. So my ex said, go back on the porch. You lucky. He won't do nothing to you as long as you don't say nothing else to me and you don't say nothing crazy to him. Just take your asses back on your porch. I said, no, not on the porch. Go in the house. And they took their asses in the house.
I talked about this yesterday.
So you got to, you have to know. One, you shouldn't just be an asshole, and you shouldn't just be some person assailing folks, because you don't know who's there, and you want it one way, but it's the other way. It's the other way. That's when if people come to our school talking about we sparring, let me put my belt on. And then I attack them while they putting their belt on. They wanted it. Well, let me put on my gi. This fool say he coming with his gi on us. You want it one way, but it's the other way. It's the other way, family. So just know, and that saying comes from The Wire. Okay, and I believe the brother in that he's supposed to be from New Orleans in that, and that is my favorite line.
And mine too. I'm not
all season.
Right.
You want it one way, but it's the other way.
I don't know how we what you was just saying. I was just talking about that yesterday. When you were saying about that must be Dominique putting up about people messing with folks not knowing. Is the reason folks talk and act the way they do is because we know our own secrets. Like black people know other black people's secrets, like how black people really act. And one thing we know about each other is very few of us execute. We talk about it. We talking about that today. We talk about it. We dream about it. We write it, but we don't execute. We really not. We're not good at executing. That's humans' problem in general. That's one of the number one problems we have. But as us as a people, one of our number one problem, man, we don't execute. So we start thinking
now.
Right. Oh, exactly. Right now, this is our problem. And so we start thinking because we don't know how to execute anything that nobody else ain't executing what they say they're gonna do. And so we start getting reckless, a lot of us, and that's where we end up online saying, I'm coming to your school and everything, and I'm gonna do this and do that. Because you don't realize there's folks out there that do what they say. And they don't play around with what they telling you they're gonna do. So that's the thing.
So I manifesto said that's weird how they didn't charge guys who jumped and dude who shot. Right. I'm like, this is deeper than what we know, because the police they didn't charge.
I was gonna say that too.
These 6-7 of them jumping them. You can watch the video and you'll see it.
On that level,
none of them charged. And then he was shot in the back.
It has to be something.
There's something else.
It's too.
But
situation.
Yeah, and they keep calling him some Obafemi. Now his sister's is Obafemi. Whatever his name is, Shaka Zulu, his legal name, by the way. So that's all. Yeah, that's all. There's something else going on. That's what I'm telling you. I'm gonna speak with Kalanja. Maybe we'll bring Kalanja on here to speak on that. Fully on what he thinks is going on, because he did mention in the press conference he thinks something bigger than what's going on. Because Shaka Zulu's the son of activists. Okay, just so you all know, and there's a reason why they don't want to call him Shaka Zulu. All of that. So
see, y'all don't really. And that's another thing. This is a unique place, man. There's other cities like that, but it's a lot of politics that people don't realize that happens around here. If you go back to Al-Amin, when I first moved down here,
Jamil Al-Amin.
Yeah, Jamil Al-Amin. Like when I first moved here, it was one picture that was painted because I didn't know anything, so I watched the news. So okay, this is a gangster ass dude right here, this criminal, fighting it out with the police and stuff. I had one outlook on. Then when I get here, and I'm in the West End and in the community, I find out this dude is protecting the community from drugs and stuff of that nature, you know what I'm saying? And having to deal with the police who is trying to put the drugs in them. So it's a lot of politics in this. And I saw firsthand when I was really in the city on the west side how police are involved with all types of illegal activity. And not really that.
And study is key. I had a brother tell me one time, man, Jamil Alameen, he trying to be like what's that old dude, old rap dude back in the day? I said, H-Rap Brown. He said, yeah. I said, that's the same person, fool. Damn. The same person. But we don't study. I mean, shit, I'm getting on the train once. I got a kick pad. Dude said, man, you for karate or something? I said, yeah, something. He said, man, you ought to get with this dude down here, down there karate. Get with this African martial art instructor named Balogun. I said, straight up? He said, yeah, Balogun. Boy, he cold with it. I said, you been training with him? Nah, I've been training him for a couple of years, I said, damn, that is something. I said, man, you'll see him, tell him I'm interested in training. He said, what's your name? I said, Balogun. Down the train. He looking like, I said, dude, come on now.
I don't follow Kwame Ture, but I listen to Stokely Carmichael.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And that's another thing. In the movie, what's the movie with the freedom? The damn movie about King. What's Selma? Selma. Kwame Ture is Ava DuVernay wrote him out of the history of Selma.
Damn.
So to Ava DuVernay.
Oh wow!
Now
I never saw it.
Go and pay. If you haven't seen it, you ain't missing nothing. If you think I'm bullshitting, go study it.
I organized a group to go watch it at the moment. That's how you do me, Ava DuVernay? God dang it.
Ava DuVernay. All right, so
peace, family. I never officially said greetings. I apologize for being late.
Yeah, so we told her that so he out here false claiming.
The one on the train.
Yeah, the dude. Yeah. So we told y'all Ominiku's still with us. She hadn't.
See, y'all ain't believe. They didn't believe.
They didn't believe it. They thought you had
terrible traffic.
They thought you had gone over to Boyce Watkins' show. All right, so
Boyce Watkins doesn't want me. I don't have that.
Boyce Watkins, Moist Watkins.
Moist Watkins.
I said that. I'm sorry, my lips. Because I had the stroke, I said that wrong.
That was funny.
All right, so we're about to get to here. Boyce, I'm about to call him that again. Boyce probably watching the show right now. Fight this.
We love you, boys. We love you, brother.
Yeah, brother.
That's right. You keep on
and all you
on that financial knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. You ain't gripping nobody. All right. So, how to fight like in The Woman King? Because people usually be right like, y'all get to the point. Hey, y'all, this is how our show goes. Okay, and people know it, so we trying to get to it. People ask us questions, we answering the questions.
Y'all know your answering the question gonna hold us up.
This how this show goes. Okay, so if you got beef about it, we understand. We ain't changing our format.
Come on, we invite you to come on the show and help us do the show better.
Yeah, shit. We need a producer.
We need engineers.
That would be dope if they
really want to help us.
And they can talk all the stuff they wanted to.
You can talk junk about us everything. We cool.
So we said the 15 strikes will deal with that. Okay, so what is the 15 strikes? Most arts that are combat oriented, that means usually indigenous arts, because I mean, hell, you actually putting in work. In indigenous arts, people say, well, what's indigenous? Aren't the white people in Europe, aren't they indigenous? That can be argued.
Very much so.
Indigenous people are the people who are native to that land. Okay, so if you want to say Europeans are native to Europe, okay, well,
just don't say South Africa.
Maybe no, they're absolutely not. They're not native to that land. They're not native to Australia. So, and Australia's a good example. So Australia, the native people are the what's called the Aboriginals.
Exactly.
Okay. All indigenous people have a numbering system, if you will, of their strikes. And the reason why you do that is because it makes it easier. It makes it easier to know a number one strike plus down strike is 1. Then to say strike downward, and then you say, okay, if you say that, strike downward to his head, strike downward to his hand, do a downward strike to his foot. Some artists do that because they don't have many techniques and they're trying to feel it. If I say a number 1 is a downward strike, it doesn't matter whether that's to his head, to his nose, to his hand, to his knee, to his, if he's standing with his knee and I can do that number 1 to it, to his toes. It doesn't matter what level, that's a number 1 strike. Okay. So there are 15. We got to figure out how to do this so they can be seen.
We're going to probably have to put one person on screen at a time so you can see it. Good.
So, okay, Belay go first, do the 15 strikes. He's going to do it. And it doesn't matter. Also, this allows you to pick up any tool and use. So I have a stick in my hand right now, which I'm going to put down. Belay has a sword. Ominique has a sword. But in fact, Ominique, you use a stick. It's going to be the same. I'm going to show it with a hammer, with a knife, and then we'll all end up showing how we use it with our hands. Okay? So it's only 15 ways a human being can move that was discovered by and that's actually Mandinka. It's not discovered by the Mandinka, but I imagine other people knew that too. It's only 15 ways. Now, 16 is sacred to the Yoruba people, the number 16. And we say, well, it's actually 16 movements. What's the 16? You say, that's when spirit fights for you. Now, does that mean you stand there, somebody trying to punch you in the face and spirit fights with you? No, it doesn't mean that. It means when you are defending yourself, the spirit of the warrior in you takes over. And you're striking with such skill, such timing, such power that is beyond what that person or you could have imagined. And that comes with just training. And so you get to the 16. That's when we're talking about the 16th move. But the 15 physical strikes, we're about to show you right now. So Belay's going to go first. Don't do the step. I just want them to see the strikes right now. For us, footwork drives all technique. So the steps are key too. But if they try to do the 15 strikes with the footwork, they go beyond this screen here. So we're just going to
really be face them and show you the 15 or
no,
sideways?
They won't understand it sideways.
Okay. So we all know the first one, Bob has talked about it many times. 1, straight down. And then 2 is the
forehand diagonal.
This is the left hand.
Diagonal.
He's a lefty too.
Right.
Ominique's going to show you on the right.
3,
diagonal. Backhand diagonal.
4.
And that's backhand downward diagonal, by the way. 4 is horizontal.
5.
Backhand horizontal.
6
is upward diagonal forehand.
7
is backhand diagonal upward.
8
front thrust.
9
reverse front thrust.
10
inverted front thrust.
11
that's with the doodle over the head.
12
and that's a hack into the neck.
13
that's
the thing, yeah.
13 that's a stab. Yeah, they can still see you.
Yeah, 14
in the rear. That's a really a upward thrust in the rear.
And 15.
15, you're going to, and I'll explain that when
Should I go slow or
around.
just do it?
But they can't see your feet anyway, so just do it.
Oh, okay. 15.
15 is that upward cut. It's an upward strike.
Straight up like that.
Going up. Now that can go to the groin. They can go to the chin, like uppercut, right? They can go to the body. They can go to the hand. Once again, it doesn't matter. The target is the angle. And the target matters when we get into combat.
After that 15, I'll be ready to go right back into 1.
Right. Okay, so now Ominique is going to show you on the right. You don't have to walk through, just do it. You don't have to talk them through it. Just go through 1 through 15.
Am I going too fast?
No, you're fine.
It's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. Now step back.
13.
14. And 15. We're gonna have to work on that 15. So now with the knife, so you can see. And I won't go through all of them because I'm switched to the hammer too. But so with the knife, the cuts are shorter because it's a shorter tool, but it's still that angle 1. 2. Now I don't go around my head. It's not a large tool that I gotta build up momentum. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4, horizontal, 5. Okay. 6, 7, 8. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I use the footwork, I'll be stepping that through, right? To move up angle. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoop, I'm about to show y'all something I shouldn't be showing. Excuse me. 13, 14, 15. I wasn't gonna go all everything, but it's so quick now. Hammer. Say what? Now you can use the hammer like this, but that'd be the same as what Ominique did with the stick.
Check our workshop out about how to use that hammer.
1, remember it's down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that 4, 5, that could be to the ribs, to the hip. 6, that's also to the ribs, to the knee, to the hand. 7, okay. 8, smash into the face. 9, 10, 11. So this, he's striking me here. I'm coming off, angling, so it goes past me and hit him.
If I'm right here,
No, use the tool.
I'm trying to come across like this.
No, thrust straight forward. Right. It's here. He's thrusting. I move. Boom. Cracking.
That's bad.
That's 11. Then when you try to back up like you just did, boom, hit him with the 12. Okay. Then 13, he once again slashes. Or he can come down. Yeah. I come off.
Bing.
Boom. Slam that into him. 14. Boom. Up into him. And then I back off. Boom. Hit his hand because he's coming down with it. Bang. Okay. So you can use, that's 15. Now, one way to train it with your partner. Can you come over? And go back and watch so you can see the 15 again. So he comes down with 1. You meet that with a 7. Okay. It needs to be higher. Put that in a box or something. Where's that box? So he has.
So it's up on lift the bench, the stool.
And this needs to be pushed in there because it's losing power. Okay. What's that? Okay. Okay, good. Now, he comes down with a 1. I meet it with a 7, knock his hand out the way, or I just meet it with the 7, and then I strike down with a 2. Okay, so my footwork, I'm moving diagonally. However you will do that. Don't worry too much about that right now. He strikes down with the 7.
Oh, 7.
I mean with the 1. Boom. That's that 7, right? So remember, 7 is upward diagonal. Upward diagonal. He strikes, I strike, and then I come down with a 2 to slash. Okay. So I happen to have a dowel for my plant holder, right? And this is Officer Crumpkey. I won't say what he is, but he's Officer Crumpkey. And Officer Crumpkey wants to beat me in my head. I don't want my head beat.
This one of the officers in Chicago that we just talked about.
And so he comes down and boom. I won't say hit him with that there, but I'm just saying, you know, if it's Officer Crumpkey, you might just want to say, Officer, what's going on? Run. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
if you're in China, if you ever happen to be in China, you
China-
get attacked by the police like this.
and you have an umbrella or a dowel or you know, something with a little bit more length, a walking cane. When he comes, boom, boom. Okay. If that's not a blade and you don't want to go to his throat, you can boom, boom. Crack there, crack to the jaw. Okay.
That's that hammer, boy. Woo.
And if there's a hammer, yeah, he got a problem when you hit him in his neck, jaw, whatever. Okay. You say, well, can you do that with a hammer? Hey, sir, what are you doing? I was just
I ain't trying to hit that shit.
boom. And this really I wouldn't hit. I would hit this.
I already know.
Boom.
Woo.
Okay, but
I'm dropping it.
boom, for the safety of his hand, and then I hit here. Now, since this is a shorter tool, and hammer is one of the things that I use often. Well, I don't want to say often, that sounds bad.
He's a carpenter.
But, right. So they strike down, and it's here,
Woo.
and then crack his knee, and then crack him here, right?
And what you didn't see when he did that just now, you show him again, but that's if I wouldn't have just.
So he comes down. I'm here. I'm using the body of that,
I'm gonna lose this tool.
and then I crack.
I'm gonna lose this tool if I don't let go, or I'm gonna wrist lock myself.
Now, another thing that you can do with the hammer is when he strikes, boom, I can come down with the hook.
That don't feel good even while he's doing it, playing with it.
Now, I wouldn't do that with a sword over my head, but
Oh my gracious!
I boom, turn that in there, and that's bad.
This is getting 8, y'all. I'm telling you. If you seen this episode before we did the hammer, you know that's painful.
And then I would rip that and hit. Okay, so it's different things you can do
Train with that hammer, y'all.
with a hammer. If I had a knife, if you had a knife and it's against a billy club, okay, do not do this.
I get a little billyish. This is kind of billyish.
Yes. So Crunky has that. He's hitting with a billy club, and I got a knife. Do not do this. That's gonna get knocked out your hand. It's gonna probably get knocked out your hand. Do this. Come under. Cut that flesh there. And I ain't saying I'm definitely not saying do that to no police now. I said Crumpy. He's security guard, Officer Crumpy.
Yeah, because you know what? Do police cops even carry blackjacks anymore?
Some they carry extendable batons.
Those okay, because all I see now is pistols and stun guns. Motherfuckers don't even pull no blunt weapons no more.
Yeah, they don't.
Pistols and stun guns.
On white folks, they don't pull no weapons.
They say, hey, they put their hands up on white
right.
folks. Hey,
buddy. And unless they pull pistols.
I will post a video of that.
Now, if he has, you have same length tool. Well, if I had a blade and he had a stick, he's gonna lose this one.
Blade.
Yeah. He would lose that one.
Yeah, it's bad fight right now.
Another thing against that angle one, which is why that's not commonly used, is when he lifts, you come forward. Okay, so
Fastest way to
even
straight.
even if you have shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, so it's always faster. He's moving up, so that's actually in a circle,
right?
Because of the shape of our arm, right? And so you just come forward. Now, so that's another thing you can do. If he comes with a number 2, you can strike and move. If it's on the same side, you meet with the 2 that's on that side of it. But I had 2 2s. So if I had longer tool in this hand, short one in my non-dominant hand, when he comes with that side, I come forward and I take him there and I take him here. Okay. So he's there. Here. Okay. If you have 2, most don't use 2, and if he has 2, he comes with that side, I'm here. He comes with that side, I'm here. Okay. He's there. 1, 2.
Side.
Okay.
Whichever side you meet him with that.
If I meet his arms like I should, instead of his tool, he cuts 1, 2. I slide down the flesh of his arm to open that up, and then I keep cutting. And now into the other arm.
You have to train that.
And then I stab. Okay. And yes, you have to train that because it can be gross. And if you're not used to that,
you're gonna drop your knife soon, just peel the skin like, oh, it's nasty.
Now that'd be terrible. He strikes.
Thank you, Eugene Mason.
I strike. If it's in his left hand, he strikes with a number 2. I strike. I'm striking with a number 3. If it's in his right hand, he strikes with a 2. I'm striking with a 2. Okay. I'm always striking and then into something. I'm striking and then into something. So this is a 2 into a 9.
Into me.
Or a 2, 3 into him. Okay. I'm using the other hand so he can't get that stab off again. And my hand is not just out here, it's always pushing towards him. So then that forces movement. If I'm pushing towards him, naturally a person doesn't want that control. Right. He pushes out. And when he does, I give it to him. Or when he does, I give it to him. Because his ashe is focused on pushing this out, then he's open in other places.
Understanding simple body motions like that is very, very important.
When you see this, the human being is attracted to circular movement. That's why we do it.
It's in all the movies because it looked good to you, but that's why it looked good to you. Because that's
right. It's attracted to you. You're attracted to it, right? So a human being is attracted.
You start looking at that.
And when he does, then I explode forward. When I see his eyes shift to this tool, and boom, I come, he gets it, right? A lot of times, what I try to do is cut across the eye as close as I can get, because that gives you that flinch movement there, and that's when you get the cutoff. Okay, that's just a quick thing you can do with that. Now, you say, "Well, I don't walk around with swords. I don't walk around with knives." I say, "Well, you're wrong. You should, but the laws in your place, in your city, may not allow it in your state. So, with my hands, can I do those same things?" Okay. He tries to slap. Oh, he wants to slap the taste out of my mouth. Well, that slap, that's a 12. I meet that's 12, same as this angle here.
Yep.
It's a 12, okay? I meet that with either a 3 or I meet it with a 2. That's up to what you prefer. So he throws that slap, I meet it with a 3. He throws the slap, I meet it with a 3. I strike forward with an 8. 8 is that straightforward strike, right? So it's here, bang, bang. When I strike, come straight in line, so your arm and your shoulder is blocking him from throwing another one into your face.
Positioning.
So it's here, boom, and I'm using my hip to strike. It's not boom, come off. See how he's free? He can hit me again.
Right.
Well, try to hit me again. So boom, shank, here. Okay. I push that into his ear, but I can also bang, bang, punch, bang, and then always pin that arm. That is on that side. That's so far. If he tries to hit with that side, with that arm, he catches
I know it ain't possible. That's why I wouldn't try.
Shortest distance between 2 points in a straight line. He's coming circular, so he's gonna lose.
There's no way for me to.
Now I know some arts do this. He punches, and they switch because they can do it because it's slower, right? And sometimes I do that to mess with folks.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I do it to mess with folks. But one thing you can do, boom, hits there. This was right in the movie. When he gets ready to go with this hand, I push myself away. Once I push that away, and stuff was going fast in the film, so you didn't pay attention.
Oh, that's
and
that
then
wrist
that wrist lock
I'm
was
flipping.
there.
I'm
They
flipping.
did that multiple times.
I'm flipping.
So
yeah.
I'm not going to take him hard. But what I did was I went under his arm as I'm holding his wrist.
Yeah, that's nasty.
And
Just
so
look how my arm look. Y'all see that how bent this is right here?
that's straight
It's
there.
making me want to
Now,
do this to make it straight.
one thing you can do, just so you know, combatively is you don't have to throw him. You can hit that elbow and snap that, but you dislocate it, or you can push it and take him over even harder. But I'm going to take him down, like, and you saw this. If you saw the Woman King, they went here.
I don't know how to fall.
Just roll yourself over. Just roll to the side. There you go. Sorry about that. You all right?
That's fine. Yeah.
He said, I don't know how to fall.
I didn't know how to fall.
So, and that's key, knowing how to fall too. Otherwise, you guys just get broke up. So it's here. I know it's not easy on you, so I'm only going to do it one more time. So you go here, and the women, they were standing up straight like this to look good in the film. You don't stand regally when you're doing the throw. You actually drop with them.
Oh man, yeah.
Like that. So
It's a good one.
that they did, and the other throw they did was this one. Strike here, boom, strike here, bang, boom, here.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
And then they caught them
You've
with
seen that all
the
time.
hip throw, right? They caught them with the hip throw that stabbed them up, which is what they should do, right?
Yeah, boom.
That usually happens. You don't have your tool out, and you have to do a throw. Okay, so you say, "Thank you, Eugene Mason, for the super sticker. Don't hurt Belay. No, we're not gonna hurt him. Nice throw." So what I did was this: boom, strike, strike it right in my face.
I'm
Boom,
trying to
right,
get the camera.
boom, here. Okay. Once I went here, I used my arm, like punch behind him, to use my forearm to slam into his ribs. Here.
Now let me show y'all the nugget. Can you bring the camera down? Now the nugget is that he didn't even aware that he did this because he's so good with shit. When he punched through right there, see that knee right there? He just kneed me
sorry
on the
about that.
inside. No, it didn't hurt me, but it just reminded me how what could have happened. This is the inside of my knee right there. That's the inside that he could take out so easy. He would do it with momentum naturally.
Right. Your balance will be off.
Yeah.
And I might be disappointed. Like, why you falling over there? So we call them nuggets. You weren't planning to get it. It happened based on your closeness to the person. And then from there, they step around. They push you over the hip.
And he got my arm still.
Now that I got his arm, because from here I can pull my tool now, and I pull my knife, which I'll pull the knife. I ain't gonna open it. Pull the knife out.
Stabby stab.
Okay. Or I can dislocate this elbow here. Okay.
That was beautiful. That knee right there was beautiful, man.
Now,
You won't catch nuggets if you're not tight. And I don't mean tight like this, but
I mean
close.
tight to the person, right? Another thing you saw in the film. Can you get your tool? was switch to the right. The person cut
No.
with a number 2. They block, grab, and cut across the belly. Went across the belly, under the arm. They went there and then cut across. Now, if you did that, if I was dealing with a person with a blade, I cut them across their belly. That doesn't instantly kill. Your intestines will be pouring out. I wouldn't have cut them across, but I guess it looked good for film across their back. That's not really doing much of nothing, just so you know. But you cut them across here. You start here, and really from here, I wouldn't have cut because it's not going to be deep enough. I would thrust that into their neck here. Okay. You can really see why with a knife. You come at me, I'm here. Open you up, right? I come and then because to cut across, that's not. I can't even get a good cut there. I thrust that into him.
Cut something off right
into his neck, right under his ear. That's femoral artery.
Into the ear, right? Probably.
Well, you can go into the ear, but you have to really be good. Otherwise, it end up just coming out this ear, just hurting them.
Mine's a bigger target than most people.
Yeah. So you stab. With his ear, I still would get it. Just cut it away. Right. So you stab into it, and then now when you see this in movies, this is ridiculous. The blade's over here, so that never makes sense. And if they hold it like this, they wrist lock themselves. So that never makes sense. Never do this, y'all. That's not doing it. If you get somebody from behind you using a knife, I don't know why you have to do this unless this person, in your house. It goes in, and the easiest way to go in, because in the movie they like it directly right there. Well, that's going into spine. You're probably not going to cut into. Actually, you want to be right off to the side, right here. Don't ask me how to know that. And you go right into the neck there. Push in as deep as you can, twist, and then leave.
Man, never have that happen.
From what I heard. Now, because, and the reason why you would do that, if I was in combat with this person, right, and I'm here protecting myself, he goes for it. Right? Hit him there, or I can hit him here and go in, but I'll hit here, go down. So I end up coming out down here.
You can't see the difference between what you're
So here, down. Or if he was standing up more, I'm pulling him down, but if he was standing up more, then I could stab up. And really, back here is where you would be if you want to shut his brain off. But here is good. But here, that's still it's femoral artery. You drive into it, pull out. So when you drive into it, pull out. So you cause another wound as you come out. Okay. You can twist too and come down, and that causes another wound that's more shaped like a T. Come down. And you may get his jugular too. Okay. I'm a general lamb, so I would never do that. But I'm just saying that's what they're doing. Now, if I'm empty-handed.
She's asking, does the knife stay in their neck or does it twist and get it out? No, you never keep it.
No, you take it out. You don't leave it in their neck. In fact,
I might take it out and use it.
If it's there, well, then you're going to bleed out. If it's there, that could actually not allow the blood to pump out.
Right.
And it's protecting him, right? He's just hurting and very uncomfortable. He couldn't just walk around like that. But yeah, you pull it out. You don't have to twist.
Counter pressure.
Just pull if you have to. Yeah, if here you can go boom, and that more easily pull it out of his neck. But it doesn't get stuck in there. People talk about, you stab a person in the body and the muscles suck the knife. This is a very thin blade. Not this, this is thick. That's for training, and you pull it out. Now, if it was this thick, that might happen. But a thin blade, you just pull that bad boy out. I like to twist just because it causes extra damage. And their focus is on that damage, not on me.
Right.
You got me? Even if you stab, I have a short knife. I've stabbed him. He grabs. Which people do that instinctively.
That's crazy.
But they do it instinctively. So when he grabs, then I'm putting pressure back here on his back.
I'm killing myself.
And now I'm grinding. I'm just twisting my fist in there. And that's his liver. He's gonna let go. And when he lets go of that, then I pull out and I cut him.
He just cut him.
I just cut him here. This artery. That's just me. I'm a man. I wouldn't do that. So you're just here, just grinding. I guarantee you, let's go.
You gonna let go that day. That ain't gonna feel right.
And he's like, this fool is doing this to me. But that's how combat is, okay? So he may not say this fool is doing it. He knows we're in combat. Now he's a lefty. So even then, I wouldn't leave it in him and then deal with this. This can deal, even though it's small, can deal better than my hand can. Okay, so when he gets ready to strike with that, which would really be odd, I pull out and then I start attacking. Then I go right back in and start grinding. Okay, so.
But it is in our technique, Barbara, when he was saying about the twisting. It is in our technique when we thrust that we come down and pull the knife out like that.
Yeah, so you'll see it in the.
You just did it when you see.
So when you see the knife, right, and then we go 8, we pull out. That is 8 thrust in, and then we rip through his body, so it's up like this. Okay, and then 9. Now pull that straight out. So it's showing you different ways you can pull out the body. 10. That's what I just did here.
Yeah.
10. Thrust into his neck. Pull out. Okay. So I thrust in, then I pull out. I'm doing what's called lion step. Pull out. So I get some length to pull out. I'm retreating without retreating. Okay, without going backwards. So I got that length. Okay, and then 11. So 11, I step off the line, hit him, bang. Bring it up again, bang, hit him. Right there. That would be with a knife. It would be to his neck, come around, hit him, or to his face, right, to his ear.
He's stepping off the line.
I'm stepping off the line. So he's coming at me, and I'm coming off the line, hitting him. Bang. Okay, that's 11. And then, as you notice how, boom, he starts to retreat because he got cut.
Right.
Then 12 comes, boom.
Damn. Can't get away.
12.
It's damn African martial arts.
And then even if he's running, and I'm still
still coming.
13. 13.
I try to come back and did it.
Then 14, right?
God damn it.
And then after that, I get away. If you keep coming, I'll cut you in the groin.
God.
After that. So that's with the tool, okay? And that's why they have larger knives in combat than a small knife. I carry small knives. I ain't just, the street can be combat, but I'm trying to be more stealthy. Okay, but I do have a knife about this size or bigger that I wear on my belt. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have a nice fat old straight knife.
Because you want to cut deep, you want to cut hard, you want to go through flesh and maybe nick a little bone. Okay.
Well, you want peace, but if you can't have that, then you want the other stuff he just said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what you want.
Now, quick exercise like I showed you. This exercise against the 1 is the 7, the 2. Even if he puts in his left hand, 1, 7, 2, or 7, go 7, and then 2 to his hand or his arm. Okay, that's one you can work. Boom, boom. You can just work this on your own. 1, 2.
You surely can.
And let's do that for a couple of times, and then I'll show you one with the empty hand. Ready? Y'all can come over. You're lefty, and
I'll be right, so we'll be together. If you want.
No, so they can see both, because I'm sure the lefty's watching. So you switch, yeah. So do the Imagine they're coming down with 1, you're doing 7, 2.
All right. So
They're coming down into your head.
7. Now, question about
Both of
that
them went to
7.
the arm, yes.
So when I 7, do I come face the 2 right here? How,
Yes, so it depends on
right where you
what kind of
position.
cut you want. So he's cutting down. What he's talking about is, does he face home with a 2 or home with a 2? I do, because I want to cut
Yeah, I
damn
wanna
it
try.
through his neck. Now, if say you're dealing with more than one person, he 1, I'm here,
Right, and you looking right.
and I'm here with a 2. That I really wouldn't go for the arms. Too much chance to miss. I would go for that neck. Boom. I'm right there. Cut through, and I'm off to the next person.
And that was another cut, though. You see, just not even doing coming through.
Yeah, so all those are little nuggets. Okay, just so you know. So that's the 1, 2. So the 2, 7, 2.
In case you wonder why my hand is right here, is someone else has a bladed weapon. I want to protect this area, so instead of right here like I am with my fist, I'm a little bit right here sometimes. All right, so
7, 2.
all right.
Hit the neck a couple times so you can see. 7, 2. All right. 7, 2.
Don't want a short shuck. I want to make sure you come in all the way out. You don't want to be like this. You want to come all the way out.
7, 2. All right. So that's one thing to work on. Work on your 7 2s. 7 2s. And you can change it to 2, 7. Okay. Now, working empty hand. So with empty hand, you're going to do 7 2 the same way. So you can do it against 2 hands. You can do it against the hand and the body. You can just move and just do it to the body. So in this one, he's coming, hit me in my head.
So if you go look at it right now.
You can be with this hand. He's gonna do both hands. So he's gonna do one hand here, and the other hand he's gonna try to punch me in the gut. Okay. So, and I'm gonna use just one hand to deal with for right now. So he's coming down. I'm 7. Okay. He's coming down 7. He comes with the other hand 2. Okay. They couldn't really see here. Right. So he comes with that hand 7. He comes to punch. I move off 2. Okay. Or 2 with your hammer fist. Or hammer fist in here. Okay. I like the hammer fist here. If he has a tool, I'm hitting right in here. Okay.
Makes you want to open up.
You can hit here too. Or he punches 7. Now this, that could be bone on bone, so you may not want to do it. So instead, when he comes down, 7, I can hit to his ribs. And then I'm close. So he's punching. And when I come with the 2, I move off 2. I hit to his neck instead with the 2. He throws this punch. Or down, right? He comes down. He throws that punch. Right at me. 7, 1, and I throw that punch. I'm off. Give it to me
Right here, let me see you move.
yeah, give it to me a little bit. So 1, 2. Give it to me. I'm there. Now I can hit the 2 on that hand. Or I'm here, he comes down. That would be the 7 coming up. And then I knock this down that's in the way. Boom! And 2 to the back of his head, his neck. So you have plenty that you can do.
Just 2 hands.
Okay, and that's just the 7 2. It was with the tool, with your hand. Because it's just copying my head. If you see my hands closed, I'm doing 7 2. 7 2. Okay, 7 2. Same thing.
I
But-
used to only think you could punch like this. That's the only way you could strike before after martial arts. I didn't. If it wasn't a hook or it wasn't these, I was like,
And if he throws an 8,
That's what that is.
I can attack that. That's an angle 8. I can attack the angle 8. Now, if you see, first let's draw it with the tool first. He's attacking, thrusting straight forward. So how can I attack this, right? I can hit it like that. I could hit his hand like that, but that wouldn't be too effective, right? You say, well, if he does an 8, what do you do? I do a 12, which is the best thing to do against it. Thrust it. If he thrusts at my gut,
That's different.
go ahead. No, thrust at my gut. If he thrusts at my gut, I have to lower myself. Boom, hit. Boom, come across. You hit there or you hit here. Bang. If he's up high, bang, I'm here. So this gets me out the way. Bang. Don't do this, which is normally done with 12 when we're training how to do it. Step. Don't do what's called a lion step because it keeps me right in line. You want to come off the line. Boom. Okay. And I can also do this. Boom. That 2 again. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So the same thing if he's throwing his punches. We in it. He throws. I can do that. Or I can do this. Bang.
That's nasty.
That is 12. That's that hack. Boom. Coming across, right? Hack. Bang. I can do that. I could also do a 15, but you wouldn't do that with a blade. I could do it here, but it's really to defend myself so it doesn't hit me. He comes with that punch. I can 15 and come at his face, or I can 15 come at the hand because I've been doing it a long time. But usually, if the person's throwing right there, I'm coming with 4s and 5s. Right? Throw your other hand if you want. Right? Okay? Throw your other
I
hand.
ain't
if you
trying
want.
to keep throwing. You say if you want, say if you want, and I don't want.
So, but if he throws his hand, I can also hit inside. So you ain't making no mistakes if you're throwing. He throws that hand, I can hit inside. He throws that hand, I can throw this elbow again, hit outside.
Oh, throw you all off. You don't know what's
Right, you don't know what's happening. You just know that shit hurt. Okay. He jakes with the hand like he gonna throw, but really don't. I treat it just like he did. Then I come in, right? So he stopped, I don't stop. I come forward, boom, with the elbow. Hit him with the elbow there. Because you don't get bucked at and don't respond to it.
You know.
That's what we talking about, the people who bucking online.
Right.
We don't get just bucked at and not prepare ourselves. I'm studying the person, all of that.
Yes, we are.
If I can't catch stuff online, I go deep into finding stuff about them, their friends, and from their friends I find other folks because we take it seriously, right? So if he bucks at me, boom, I hit him, right? Or he bucks, boom, and I hit him. People say, well, you just bucking. He was just bucking.
It's no such
But
thing.
what? He got cracked. Oh, well.
The first time we did like this, I don't know if y'all seen that, but like we don't train to rake the eyes or anything like that. This would have just been could have just been to my throat or to my face, but the way his hands was positioned, it could have more than likely.
That's nuggets.
The nuggets we was talking about, it would have been his thumbs and my eyeballs just now.
I was teaching some Kung Fu people, they would leave their class and secretly come to me because their instructor wasn't teaching them combatively. So they like, we're doing the palm strikes. And if you know the art, you know what art that is. And I said, well, just put your thumb, instead of putting your thumb over here, put it right here. So if you hit him in the nose, you also take his eye. They said, huh? Because if you look at the structure, if you hit his nose, that thumb, it's hard for you all to see around here where they can see. You see the thumb? So if I hit his nose, thumb right there, you're not concentrating on it. You can't practice hitting somebody in the eye, and if somebody's stupid enough to let you do it, you only got 2 practices. So, boom, if it's here, it's not doing nothing. But if it's here, as soon as, because the thumb juts out a little bit, come, you hit hard, it's in their eye too.
Yep.
Okay? For that art, the way they do palms. Now, the way we do palms is like holding a big pickle jar. and we're using the internal energy. My palm is getting red. I don't know if you can see it, but that's internal energy. So we hit boom with it, and my fingers and stuff are right there anyway. Once I hit boom, then I pull down. That's automatic. We call them palm sandwiches. I feed him the palm, I pull away, I gotta serve him another. And he's just eating. And it's all, and you always see the person turning their head because of that. And once they turn their head, boom. Now you got boom. You got elbows to the neck, to the jaw. You got strikes to the jaw. They open right there. They're looking away from you.
You're eating bigger meal now.
Bigger meal. It's no longer a snack. You know. That's the ladies when I used to walk the streets, you know, that and going to class, they call me a snack, you know.
Oh my goodness.
but the dudes, they knew I feed them a full meal. But you know, sisters call me a snack, you know, all the time. They still do, you know, secretly. No, I'm just messing with y'all. Thumb job with no slam. Oh, thumb jab with no slam.
Yeah, that's what he's
okay.
Comment, but that's what you did, basically. I guess what he's saying.
Okay, well, I did the thumb jab, the nose slant. Well, I guess like this. That'd be dope. Why slam somebody by their nose? That'd be dope. So now, doing a butterfly laughing because she knows all through Chicago. You know, they say, man, you know Snack Swan. And she's like, oh, I know that, brother.
That's all snacks. And on that note.
All right. So, any questions?
Please share this show. Please like this show. Please support
and work those simple techniques. You say, man, that's simple. That and you should be simple if you're defending yourself.
Very simple. So
if he wants to grab me, by the way, he wants to choke me. Once again, I can 3, both sides, or I can 7, 2. What I did was just 7 up, both his arms, 2. So hit underneath here. Leave me alone, sir. Boom.
Think about this, y'all. We've only talked about these 2 angles today, 7 and 2. And
it's 15.
And look at all the shit you can do. Just that. So I know sometimes, like the kind of person I am, I want it all right then. Get this first. Just get these 2 and get fluid with it. You know what I'm saying? And by the next time you get ready for these next angles, it'll come to you a lot smoother.
And that may be all you need.
Just 2 and 7 because
some arts have stick weaving. Filipinos call it sinawali, right? Where they hear. That's common all over the place. I want to say I saw that in the Woman King. Remember the little boy had like some blades of grass or something. He was doing the energy.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's there. That right there. You say, oh, and so if I go, you say, I can't do that. Sure you can. All I did was 2, 3, 3, 2.
The first time I seen him punch like that, it was so abstract. Like, how does he punch it so strange? These angles.
Right. It's just 2, boom, boom. That's all it is. Boom, boom. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. That's all. And I actually, when I was in a certain organization, these dudes were robbing, they were stealing copper from the restaurant that organization owned. I go to work. I used to work for that organization. I go to work, person looking at the door said, go around the corner because Brother Wali, Abdul Wali Muhammad used to be the editor of this paper for this certain organization. All right, so y'all can start putting stuff together. They say he's in the alley, and I saw his car was kind of like up on the curb. So he ran around the alley to help some other brothers. So I run around, and when I get around there, he on the ground, stabbed. And so these one dudes, they trying to leave. I said, ho. No, I think I grabbed him like this. I said, ho, what's going on here? Dude said, I don't know. I said, how did he get stabbed? Dude said, I don't know. And I see him reaching in his back pocket. And when he does, I go, ta-da! that boom, boom, boom. That's it. He drops. But now he played me. He was hurt. I thought he was out. So I go for the next person. Rocking him. And I can see him get up and run.
Yeah, you're smart.
And I went after him and stopped him. I won't say how I stopped him, but he stopped. Okay. With the help of the citizens, they weren't trying to help.
Right.
With the help of the citizens driving up the street. So that little just 2, 3, 3.
It works.
That works. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Get used to that. Boom, boom, boom. You can hit to the face. Boom, boom. You can hit to the ribs. Boom. You hit him to his liver. Hit to his neck. Okay? You can do all kinds of if he's trying to grab me.
I run away so.
Not just grab me anyway. Boom, boom. Right? Boom. There. Okay? I can knock those hands out the way. So you can part those. Right? Bang, 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 bang. And when I did this, that's going into the 7 again. And then I give him a 15. Boom. Okay. Turn it out. Boom. Hit him with a 3 again. Then the knees. That's a 7. Okay. Just so you know. That's a 7 knee. Boom. And then crack him with that number 10. Boom. Right there. Okay. So you can add all this stuff. It's simple, but just those little bits you know right now, you can use that to defend yourself. Okay. Just 2s, 3s. And since we showed you the 1s, you thought usually the 1 is not used often except this. Person talking smack to you, be like this. And you're talking smack. Boom! That's that number 1 coming down.
Yeah, you ain't really get hit.
Like, man, what's the problem? I ain't doing nothing.
But
boom! Hit him right there. Woo. You know you're gonna be, and then from there, throw in your 2s and 3s. Or 2s and 3s, because his jaw's back, right? So you got 1, 2s, and 3s, and you can win a fight just like the Woman King. Most of what you saw in the Woman King was 2s and 3s.
Yeah.
Because it looks good on camera.
Slashing.
And it looks powerful. Okay.
Might have caught a couple 4s and 5s.
A couple 4s and 5s, 8 every now and then. Even with the middle staff, she was doing the 2s, 3s. You know, if you slow that down, you'll see just 2s and 3s. It's real simple, but the rhythm of it and everything makes it look much faster. And your timing is what combat speed is. I don't have to be fast. I just have to be fast in relation to how he's moving. Faster than he's moving, and that's just from being smarter in my positioning. Okay. So we'll get more into that. Like, share, subscribe, and
donate. And go see the Woman King.
Yes, go see the Woman King. Even if you're talking about you boycotting, you don't even know what you're boycotting because you don't even know what the movie's about. So see the film instead of talking jive. And if you want to talk jive, that gives you more ammo if you go see the film.
There you go.
Because now you can talk more jive.
But most people don't know what they're looking at when it comes to these kinds of skills on film anyway.
Right. From a martial standpoint, I'm looking, a lot of people, they look at the costumes, they look at whatever. I'm looking martially. How was it? And it was good. It also proves that there's a person who did some of the choreography who claims they taught themselves martial arts. And we know you're lying. We love you, though.
Oh, that's who doing it? I already know what you're talking about.
And she's in the movie. Did you notice that? The one with the staff.
That was her?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we know you're lying about that.
You are lying.
But hey, I mean, that's how you built your persona. So we ain't hating on you. That's how you built your persona. And Hollywood picked you up because of that. They're like, oh, she's a super genius. She created. Anybody who's a martial artist knows that's not true, though.
Yeah, you ain't doing all that. You might have started by yourself, but you got help.
Right. You got trained. You got trained for certain, particularly the way she's hitting the angles. But just so you know, all martial arts have those angles. They just don't. The indigenous concentrate on.
Right. To
use them for different weapons and to use them to be slick with what they do. What other arts are just doing. Don't know what.
It simplifies things up for us. It's more about efficiency.
Yes. And so anybody can come to us, learn from us because we got We just understand their angles. People say, how do you understand all these different martial arts? Because I understand angles. I may know nothing about that art's philosophy, but I understand the angles that they're moving at because there's only 15.
Yeah.
So I only got to think of 15 things. When they may say they got 3,000 different strikes.
Right. You only do
Like
15.
right.
Angles, only way to
Right.
go.
It's just a variation of the 15. All right, y'all. Y'all stay safe out here. Love y'all. Stay black or whatever it is that you may be.
You know?
Peace. See y'all next week in Warrior Class. Oh, and check out I Mix What I Like Mondays and Fridays. Check out the Remix Morning Show Tuesday through Thursday. All the other great shows we have on Sunday. Tomorrow will be Sundays with the Ear Doctor mixing. So we got a lot of great stuff here on Black Power Media. And we'll be right back next Saturday with Warrior Class. Peace out.
Peace. Questions, comments, concerns, hit us up.
Somebody said, what's that?
Love, light, truth.